Welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, March 28th, and the MLB and our best bets are on the way. If you are new, it's Austin, joined by Logan. And Logan had another winning day for the people out there. Let's recap. We had Devers under a run. He didn't even get on base. He went 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. We had the over in Giants and Reds game. Started off hot, and then we had to get some runs late in that one, but we got it done. We cashed our exclusive NRFI, which was exclusive to the VIP. We ended up actually giving it out in the NRFI stream at the end of it because our NRFI we gave out to you guys yesterday did lose. Stupid balk. Logan and I are just like, what are we supposed to do? A balk? What are we doing? And the Mets could not get the timely hits when we needed them. But hey, Logan and I are not going to complain ever about a winning day. We're hoping to turn in another one today. We're going to dive into our picks in just one moment. A reminder, if you're an NBA viewer, that video gets posted a little bit after this one. So it's not like we're avoiding the NBA. We actually had a good day over there as well. Let's hopefully keep that momentum going into the weekend. Friday, we have a decent slate of games. I'm going to let Logan lead things off with his favorite money line. We are deserving of a get back after the Mets ruined us yesterday. But Logan, you got a team that I think is going to take home a victory for us. Who are you rolling with?
Yeah, I like that I got your stamp of approval on this one too, because when we both agree on a money line, I'm feeling great about this pick. And I'm taking the Boston Red Sox on the money line, minus 120 odds on FanDuel is currently your best value there. Now, the reason why I like the Red Sox, I mean, first of all, eyeball test. They come off a late game win yesterday. I think that definitely is going to carry some momentum into today's game. We're backing the Red Sox to win 2 in a row to start the season. And I really do like their matchup against Jack Leiter, who starts for the Rangers. Now, again, you got to pull his stats from last year, even in its limited sample size, 8.83 ERA and a 1.71 whip in 2024. Wow. I mean, the reason why I include whip is because ERA can sometimes be deceiving, but that whip well past a 1.5, that's not great metrics at all for Jack Leiter. His ERA in spring training was lower, of course. It has to be lower for them to feel comfortable to put him out there. 3.48 ERA in spring training, but he still had some concerning numbers in spring training. His walk per 9 ratio, 4.35. That's slightly higher than his regular season average of a 4.29. So his walks per 9 was even up. Even though his ERA was way down, his walks are still going to be a problem. Again, for just a baseline metric, you want that walks per 9 to have like a 2 in front of it, not a 4. So definitely showing some lack of control for Jack Leiter. His first 3 starts in the majors were just so bad. 7, 4, and 6 earned runs. And then he got designated for assignment later in the year. And even when he came back later in the year, he says ERA in September was still a 6.45. So it's like, did he improve later in the year? Yes, he had some better starts. But again, I need to see him piece it all together, and I need to see him piece it together against a really good Red Sox offense too. His issue was struggling to put batters away. He was way too predictable, and that resulted in a lot of hard-hit extra base hits. I think one time Austin might have backed his K-prop last year. I cannot remember exactly what we took, but it was just terrible because he could get these hitters into 2-strike counts, but then when it came to the put-away pitches, he just didn't have it. The Red Sox yesterday, they got timely hits, mostly from Wilyer Abreu. I mean, shout out him for the Red Sox yesterday, because the Red Sox put up 5 runs yesterday without a single hit from their 2 through 5 hitters. A very rare occurrence, right? The guys you expect to produce were not producing yesterday in that lineup, and they still won. So that's sometimes what you have to get. They got a lot of production from the bottom of their lineup. And in baseball, you need those guys to hit. And I like what I saw from them yesterday. I think the Red Sox get more production from the top of the order, and hopefully that goes in tandem again with their bottom of the order. So I do like what they're going to do against Jack Leiter today. And who's starting for the Red Sox is going to be Tanner Houck, starting for the Red Sox in 2024, 3.12 ERA and a 1.14 whip. Tanner Houck is one of those pitchers I think really took a step forward last year. I like to see him build on that this year. He was great on the road last season, 2.89 ERA and a 1.11 whip, a sub-3 ERA last year on the road. Hopefully he can once again do that on the road today. He's great at inducing ground ball outs, 93rd percentile in ground ball percentage, 82nd percentile in barrel percentage. So you miss those barrels, that results in a less extra base, hard hit extra base hits. And then if we pull the splits for these top of the lineup guys versus Tanner Houck, Marcus Semien, just 3 for 15. That's only 200. Corey Seager, 0 for 9. I would like to see him continue that today. Hopefully still be 0 for. That would be great to get those 2 guys out. Adolis Garcia has been a bit of a problem for Tanner Houck. He's 4 for 7 against him. So maybe be careful around Adolis. But then, and Jake Berger just 0 for 2. Again, if you can navigate those guys, I really do think Tanner Houck's going to be in a good position in this one. And then we go to late game. Rangers bullpen still seems to be a problem in the late game. Last year, it was one of the major reasons why they were losing. Once again, yesterday, they gave up 3 runs in the ninth. It just can't happen. They were 26th in bullpen ERA last season. Not off to a good start this year until I see them really piece it together. I'm going to go ahead and fade them. I'm taking the Boston Red Sox on the money line. Love that as my favorite money line of the day. Austin, throwing it to you, though.
Hey, man, you talked about that 2 through 5 lineup. I mean, Devers was in there. And if you try to take his under and runs today, plus money. So hopefully he can be crossing home plate for us today. But like you said, I got a player prop locked and loaded, ready to go for the people. And it's going to be a former Red Sox, and it's a guy that everyone backed yesterday. I mean, everyone. Tyler O'Neill taking his under 0.5 runs, minus 140 on Bet365, the new Baltimore Oriole. Now, when I said everyone backed him yesterday, you probably know he has had a home run now in 6 straight opening day games. He hit one yesterday. Everyone was on it, and he got it done. Today, we're fading him. Now, this is not an under in home runs, but if you don't know how to bet an under in runs or what that means, we just really would like Tyler O'Neill to not get on base. But even if he does get on base, someone's going to have to hit him home, and hopefully that is not the case. Yesterday, Devers didn't even get on base, so we didn't have to sweat him out there. Hopefully that's the case today with Tyler O'Neill, who I think is in a really tough matchup today against Kevin Gausman. Now, like I said, yesterday, O'Neill had a big day. He went 3 for 3 with two walks as well. I mean, he was crushing the baseball, but he's an opening day GOAT. If you were to back him the last few years in his second game, he's actually been pretty bad in the second game for whatever reason. So if you want to bet trends, that would be the case here. He's 5-0 towards the under in runs in his second game of the season. But like I said, he has struggled against Gausman in his career so far. Versus Gausman, 2 for 13, batting 154. And what he's really done is he struggles versus the pitches Gausman's throwing. Now, Kevin Gausman, not a guy that had a big year last year, and I'm expecting him to be a little bit better. He was pretty bad at home. So you'd think a guy like Gausman could be like, all right, we got to figure things out and pitch better at home. And you look at the main pitches he's going to throw. 4 seamers. He's throwing split finger, slider, and a sinker. Now, the sinker is his least used pitch. That is also the pitch that Tyler O'Neill sent deep yesterday. So I wouldn't see them throwing a bunch of sinkers because his other hits, splits versus the pitches against the 4-seamer last year, O'Neill hit 186 versus the split finger, 182, and versus the slider, 208. So a lot of bad splits in there for a guy like Tyler O'Neill. So ideally, he doesn't even get on base for us. But even if he does, behind him, you're going to get Ryan Mountcastle, who does have really good numbers in Toronto. We know that. Versus Gausman, decent numbers as well. He's coming off a decent day. Cedric Mullins had a big day yesterday. So those are 2 guys kind of backing up Tyler O'Neill. But I'm still not too afraid of those 2 guys. I just don't know if Tyler O'Neill's getting on base today. I really think this is a really tough spot for him. He could obviously hit another home run, and that wouldn't, surprise me here. But he just doesn't have the greatest splits versus Tyler O'Neill. We also think about the Blue Jays bullpen. Didn't really have to use any of their higher leverage arms yesterday because they lost 12-2. So when we see Gausman come out after 5 or 6 innings, we're going to have those higher leverage arms. Hopefully this game's competitive and we can see some of those guys lock in on Tyler O'Neill and slow him down. So I really like this under here, under 0.5 runs. You won't find it on FanDuel, but that's going to be a very common theme this year for the MLB for props wise, because FanDuel just doesn't want to offer unders on hitters. They probably know it's a profitable way to fade guys, but they refuse to offer them. And they also will grade your bets as a loser if your guy you bet on doesn't start but pinch hits. So that's why you won't see us bet a ton on FanDuel in terms of props, maybe some K props and stuff like that. But again, I really like Tyler O'Neill as my favorite player prop today is under 0.5 runs. Let's see if he can make it just like Devers yesterday, and we can stay undefeated on our player props. But Logan, I believe you know what time it is, baby. It's NRFI Nation time, and we are due a get back. We're waving these flags today. We'll see if we do a stream because I believe this is a late night NRFI, but we absolutely need it for the vibes heading into the weekend. And I did mean to note, we do have an exclusive play for the DubClub. It's another game pick. It's actually our over of the day. Yesterday's over smacked, Logan. Hopefully we can hit another one. You can go find that down below in the DubClub. Join it. 14-day free trial. Also cashed our NBA exclusive play as well. So go check out that. But our favorite NRFI of the day, drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. We're going back to where we were yesterday, and that was the Athletics versus Mariners no-run first inning, minus 125. Bet365 still sticking to half units here. If you see us play a NRFI for 1 unit, you know it's like a Hey, we really love it. Today, half unit. We still love this one, but it's not like you'll probably see us maybe when Sandy's on the mound back it for 1 unit. But we look at the end of the day, I'll trust these two guys to go out there and get it done. It begins with Luis Castillo getting the first 3 outs. We see Castillo. He was kind of a nerfy op last year, but he was better at home ERA wise. He's 20-10 on nerfies last season. And let's be honest, this A's offense, not the greatest. He did actually give up a Yerfie in his last start versus the A's, and it was because of a Lawrence Butler solo homer, but that was on the road in Oakland. And then this one's back at home. Lawrence Butler doesn't have the best splits against him. He's 1 for 5. The one hit was that home run. Rooker behind him 2 for 12. Blade 3 for 10. Langoliers 5 for 16. At the end of the day, it's the A's offense. They're really led by Butler and Rooker, who don't have great splits versus Castillo. And his first start of the year, I expect him to be locked in, get us those first 3 outs. But Logan, who's going to have to take us home in the bottom half of the inning?
Yeah, we're trusting the lefty Jeffrey Springs, who will be starting for the A's. We need those last 3 outs because I think Castillo does his job. Last year, limited sample size again for Springs, 6-1 on nerfies. He's a guy we should be able to trust in this spot. Now, there's limited sample size again for this matchup versus Springs. We got Victor Robles, the top of the order guys, 1 for 3. Julio, 1 for 3. Cal Raleigh, 0 for 2. Randy Arozarena, 1 for 2. If you can really limit those guys from getting those extra base hits or even getting into scoring position, which I think he'll limit that, we'll be in a great shape to cash this nerfy. I really do like it. I think Castillo just needs to limit the home runs because I swear – I don't know how many of those 10 Yerfies he allowed were homers, but it felt like a lot, and that's why last year we couldn't really trust him. But Jeffrey Springs and Luis Castillo keep the ball in the ballpark. Nerfy Nation, we're going to cash another one.
We're flying these flags, baby. Let's get back on the public nerfies. We don't have an exclusive one today. This is the only one we really liked. Like I said, we have an exclusive over. Go check that out in the DubClub. You also get an NBA exclusive play as well. Logan, let's go for another winning day. Yet to have a losing day in the MLB yet this season. Let's hopefully continue that streak going today. And we'll see you guys back again maybe for a Nerfy live stream tonight. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.